Hello, Internet. Today we're talking about guilds in Dungeons & Dragons. Yes, guilds, those mysterious groups and secret societies and powerful organizations that dot your fantasy world. They might sound simple, just a group of people, right? But in D&D they could be so much more, and they deserve to be so much more. Let's go deeper. Guilds are the grease in the wheels of society, the fingers in the pies and the whispered voices shaping events from the shadows. And for players, guilds are a playground, a resource and a liability, and an opportunity all in one. So what are they, and what can they do for you? Let's break it down. In the simplest terms, guilds are organised groups of people with a shared purpose, and in D&D that shared purpose could mean anything. The Thieves Guilds, Mages Guilds, Assassins Guilds, Adventurers Guilds, you name it, there's probably a guild for it. They provide resources, protection, and opportunities for their members. In my current campaign setting, there are, in no particular order, Mages Guild, Cartographers Guild, Thieves Guild, Smiths and Metalworkers Guild, Fishermen Guild, Grain and Land Management Guild, and the Scribes Guild. Think of guilds like a union, but with a fantasy twist. Instead of dental benefits, you get black market poison. Instead of workman's compensation, you get access to maps of hidden treasure. Sounds like a fair trade. But guilds are more than just a paycheck, or a source for cool items. They're an institution with goals, influence, and rules. And that means that joining a guild has consequences. So why do guilds matter to you and your character? First off, they give you something to care about. Not every adventurer has a family, and not every campaign starts with a hometown. Guilds are an anchor in the world, a place you can call home, a group of people you've sworn to, and a list of rules to keep you in check. Guilds can be your access pass to unique gear, rare knowledge, and advanced skills. Need some obscure alchemical ingredient? The Alchemist Guild has it. Need to pass unnoticed through a city of bandits? The Thieves Guild can arrange that. And hey, if you're in the Mages Guild, expect a few magical flavours to come your way. But guilds aren't just about the benefits, they're about politics. Every guild has rivalries, secrets, and agendas. And when you sign up, you're part of that web, whether you like it or not. So you're convinced. Guilds sound awesome and now you want to use them. How do you start? First, as a player, look at the guilds in your setting. Ask yourself, what do I want? Do I want friends in high places, access to forbidden secrets, protection against enemies? Then find a guild that aligns with those goals. And DMs, this is your time to shine. When building guilds, think about them like characters. What's their motivation? What's their values? What will they do for power? Give them goals and flaws. Let them be as much a part of the story as any villain or hero. For example, let me explain perhaps the most boring guild in my current setting, the Fishermen's Guild. The Fishermen's Guild exists to collectively negotiate prices with the local nobility. This ensures that there is a fair exchange of food for money and inflation doesn't ruin the livelihoods of those men. Through many decades of collective lobbying and influence, they now police fisheries, stamp down on illegal fishing and ensure a plentiful supply of fairly traded food into the capital city and the wider kingdom. In case you can't tell, this campaign setting relies heavily on seaborne trade and fishing. Their motto is Retia Lucra Veri Amici, which for the Latin speakers out there, and I've just proved I'm not one of them, should elicit at least a chuckle. And there we have it. The most mundane collection of people possibly imaginable now have a unified movement. A political force with wants, needs, allies, and crucially, enemies. It isn't a large leap to imagine the kinds of quests that the Fishermen's Guild might have players sent on. When your players join a guild, let it change their world. Let them in on secret missions. Make them a target of rival guilds, or drag them into political squabbles. Alright, let's see a guild in action. Imagine you're part of the Explorers Guild. They promise adventure, treasure, and maps to uncharted lands. Pretty standard, right? But the Explorers Guild has a rivalry with the Cartographers Guild. They believe in precise mapping, and they hate it when the explorers do their job for them. So one day, you're hired to map an ancient ruin. But you're told the Cartographers Guild must never know you were there. Now this isn't just a mission, this is politics. Fail and you're in trouble with the Explorers Guild, get caught and the cartographers might try and hunt you down. It's a guild-driven plot twist. And when done right, it keeps your players invested and on their toes. What will your players do when they bump into a small, mostly defenseless gnome cartographer? Do they kill her? Do they pay her off? Do they risk the Cartographers Guild finding out? And what's the impact of the Cartographers Guild finding out? Well, let's answer that last question with some guild relations. When I set up a guild in my campaign, I record every player relations in that guild. 0 is neutral, minus 1,000 is this guild will spend any amount of time, money, and effort to have you killed, and plus 1,000 is this guild will protect you at all costs, you're their most valuable asset. With missions giving anything from 20 to 50 guild relations one way or the other. And crucially, when appropriate, they will give negative relations to another guild or political entity. Doing a quest for the Scribes Guild may have negative effects with the Thieves Guild. Maybe they wanted that message that you hand-delivered over mountains and rivers and hills and swamps to get lost on the way. Guilds are a tool for everyone at the table. Players, here's the trick. Don't treat your guild membership passively. Lean into it. If you're in the Fighters Guild, ask what perks they have. Training, loans, reputation. Use those connections. And don't just take what the guild gives you. Contribute. Complete missions. Get noticed. And promotions. The higher you rise, the better the rewards and the greater dangers. DMs. Don't be afraid to make guilds complex. Let guilds give players missions, rewards, and challenges. Make rivalries pop up at inconvenient times. Let the players care about what happens to their guilds. And when they advance in rank, give them responsibilities and connections they didn't ask for. Now, before you go guild hopping, let's talk about the downsides. Joining a guild is a commitment. They have rules, expectations, and a long memory. Break a guild's rules, and you might find yourself with a contract on your head, or worse, banned from every tavern that guild controls. Don't expect them to forgive and forget. And let's not forget the obvious. Guilds are political. Each has its own agenda, and that can put your party in the crosshairs. Did the Alchemist Guild promise you a rare potion? Cool, but now you owe them. Every favour a guild gives you is one you'll eventually pay back, often with interest. Guilds aren't free, but then again, nothing in D&D is. They're powerful, dangerous, and a tool you can wield or get hurt by. Guilds add complexity, depth, and conflict to your game. They make D&D a world that feels bigger, stranger, and more real. So whether you're a player looking for allies or a DM looking to shake things up, guilds are your new best friend. But remember, every guild has secrets. Some you'll uncover, others you'll become. Thanks for watching, and happy adventuring. Oh, and the Fisherman Guild motto in English was, "For net gains of real friends."